Meditation and Spiritual Life, Swami Yatiswarananda. Examples of saints. The lives of saints teach us how to practice dispassion. Take the case of Lal Baba, a well known 19th century Vaishnava saint of Bengal. Until he was well past middle age, he had led a fast life. Then one day, as he was returning home, he overheard a small girl, the daughter of a washerman, telling her father, "Father, it's getting late. When will you set fire to Vasana?" The word Vasana has a double meaning in the Bengali language. It means the sheets of banana plant which are dried and burned to get the ash formerly used by washermen in place of soap. It also means the latent mental impressions or sanskaras, vasana, desires. Lal Baba understood the word in the second sense. He suddenly realized that he was getting old. He had not yet destroyed his old impure sanskaras. Then and there, he renounced the world. Tulasidas, the great poet, saint of North India, before he turned to spiritual life, had been very much attached to his wife. So strong was his infatuation that when his wife once went to visit her parents, he could not bear the separation even for a day. That very night he ran to her presence. Then his wife chided him and said, "If only you loved God with as much passionate attachment as you have for my body, you would have indeed realized him." These words shattered the veil of ignorance covering his soul, and Tulsidas forthwith renounced everything, including his wife, and took to the spiritual path. These examples are real, but that is just the tip of the iceberg. Ignorance is removed many times only temporarily. So the Vairagya is considered not permanent, but something like temporary Vairagya, like after some days, again the Vairagya vanishes totally, and then the mind turns back to early ways. It's called Markata Vairagya. Now, types of renunciation, Vairagya. We should try to bring into our life something of the intensity of dispassion and compassion we find in the lives of saints. Cases of such sudden and complete, so this word complete, sometimes it is sudden, but just totally momentary renunciation happens. But there are cases where complete renunciation, permanent. So, as I was saying, is the tip of the iceberg. What it means that in the past lives, those people have done such intense tapasya and so much trials and tribulations, upheavals, and in this life, one small spark burns up the entire heap of straw. The straw have been dried in the past lives. One small spark can bring about destruction of the entire system within. So, most of the people practice only temporary renunciation even after receiving heavy blows in life. Many of them get entangled afterwards in women and gold all the more. So, like temporary renunciation, and then later they become more and more much more, all the more entangled than before, and become human puppets in the puppet show of human love. Then they say, oh, we know what spiritual life is. Temporarily, they went into spiritual life, they felt it's useless, and they claim we know what spiritual life is. We ourselves followed it for some time, but it's not worth all the trouble you take. Worldly life with all these human relations is better. We are meant for each other. All this talk is only a sign of a weak and muddled brain. Confused, muddled. There are three kinds of renunciation. The false renunciation of a person who outwardly outwardly gives up action, but inwardly possesses tremendous yearning for worldly objects and pleasures, causing tremendous friction, anger, hatred, and all these issues arise all the time because of the conflict and the force from outside. Second, the sincere renunciation of a true spiritual aspirant who maintains his renunciation with an effort of the will, but who has not yet been blessed with the vision of truth. Thirdly, the true renunciation of the man of realization in whom all conflicts and tensions have been set at rest forever. There is a well known passage which says, Bhoge Ragabhayam Bhoge Rogabhayam Kule Chutibhayam Vitte Nripaladbhayam Mane Dainyabhayam Bale Ripubhayam Rupe Jarayabhayam Shastre Vadibhayam Gune Khalabhayam Kaye Kritantadbhayam Sarvam Vastu Bhayanvitam Bhuvi Nrinam Vairagyamevabhayam. Vairagya Shatakam of Bhartrihari. Translation: in enjoyment there is fear of illness, bhoge rogabhayam. In social position there is the fear of calumny, kule chutibhayam. In wealth there is fear of losing it, vitte nripaladbhayam. In fame there is the fear of humiliation, mane dainyabhayam. In strength there is the fear of enemies, bale ripubhayam. In beauty there is the fear of old age, rupe jarayabhayam. In scholarship there is the fear of disputants, shastre vadibhayam. In virtue there is a fear of traducers, gune khalabhayam. In life there is the fear of death, kaye kritantadbhayam. Indeed, everything in this world is accompanied by fear. Renunciation alone leads to fearlessness. Sarvam vastu bhayanvitam bhuvi. Nrinam vairagyameva bhayam.